So when I saw this next item on a shelf in the charity shop, I audibly did a little woo! I was very excited about this. Hello everyone, how are we all? I've got a charity shop haul for you today. This is not all from one trip, this is from several weeks, several months, things that I've picked up as we've been out and about, and we've popped into charity shops and I've bought a couple of things here and there. So I've been saving them up so I can do a big haul and show you what I've got. So I bought some things to resell, and I've also bought some things for our new house, of course. So I might actually just start with the things that I bought for our new house. I'll show you those first. And don't worry, it's only a couple of things, I promise. So for £2.50, I picked up this table runner. It's quite long. It's the first time I've actually unrolled it, so I'm happy to see that it's not stained, because you never know, do you? But it was very tightly and neatly rolled in the shop, and I just thought I'm going to take a chance on it for £2.50, and it's gorgeous. It's going to be perfect for the table in the dining room, I think. So yeah, really pleased with that for £2.50. And then I bought separately some candle holders. So the first one that I bought was this one. This caught my eye on the shelf, and it is by Hecho Amano. I'm not pronouncing that very well at all. Hecho Amano. I have looked up this brand and they do seem to be quite expensive, so you can kind of tell that when you look at it, can't you? It's the kind of thing that you find in like a high-end or artisan type homeware store. So I was drawn immediately by the colour. Absolutely love that colour, it's gorgeous. And I just loved the design of it as well, it's really interesting. It wouldn't even matter if I didn't put a candle in it, just as an ornament on the shelf. I think that's beautiful. I love the abstract feel of it. So that was the first one that I bought. And then separately, in a completely different town, a completely different charity shop, I found this one. Slightly smaller, but I thought that the colours would complement each other, and I love the geometric design of this one. There's no markings on it, so I don't know what brand it was. And they're going to sit very nicely on the shelf together, I think. That was £2. And I don't think I told you how much this one was. This one was £3. And this one was £2. And then this wasn't a charity shop, but I'm going to show you anyway. We went to a village fete recently and I picked this up from the White Elephant stall, and I think that would make a really gorgeous pillar candle holder. It's obviously too big to be tea light, so it would need like a nice sort of pillar candle inside, or a votive, and I thought that would be beautiful. So I wish I had 3 hands and I could show you them all together, but I can't. So I'll insert a picture that I took of them and you can see what they look like together. I think the greens and the greys really go well together, and I love the fact they're circular and different sizes, and I just think they look stunning together, really stunning. Okay, so on to the things that I bought to resell. I think I'll just start with the studio pottery. This is the last thing that I actually picked up. I found it last week, and it's this stunning studio pottery planter. I'd say planter. It's too short and squatty to be a vase, isn't it really? So plant pot planter. It is signed. And if you follow me on Instagram, I did post a picture of this stamp because I couldn't quite make it out to begin with. But after doing some research on the internet, I finally found it, and I could make out there was a J in the middle. It's probably too small and too blurry for you to see, but I could make out there was a J. Actually, I'll insert it because I've got a picture of it, so I'll insert it here so you can see. There's a J in the middle. I couldn't make out what was either side. I thought maybe there was an I next to the J, but actually it turns out to be WJH. And the potter is William Hedge, also known as Bill Hedge. He's been nicknamed in the past Bill the Potter, and his work is known as Hedgecraft. So that was a really, really nice find. The thing that I love the most about picking up studio pottery is doing the research. I love finding out who the potter was, something about them, about their work. I love learning and researching. So whenever I find a piece of studio pottery that's signed, I get a little bit excited because I know that I'm going to really enjoy finding out about it. So this is definitely a vintage piece, and I've listed it for £25. So the second piece of studio pottery that I picked up was this. It was £2. It's a very interesting, unique design. And I love the textures on it as well. Can you hear that? It's all gorgeous stoneware. I love how different the textures are, so smooth here and very rough at the top. And it is signed on the bottom, but it's signed in pencil. So I'm thinking this is probably more of a hobbyist piece rather than a professional potter. I might be wrong, but it is unusual to see a signature in pencil. And it's very difficult to make out as well. I think it says Janet, but I can't make out the next words on it, whether that is a surname, a place, I don't know. Both Nick and I have looked at it and neither of us can figure out what it says. But having got the magnifying glass on it, I think it does say Janet. But yeah, I've drawn a blank on finding out who she is and anything about the rest of her work. All I know is it's very interesting, definitely a one-of-a-kind type piece. So I've just decided to list it for £20, put offers on it, and somebody who collects studio pottery might really like that for their collection. So this little jug I found in a local charity shop. It's cancer research, and I paid £2 for it. I saw the stamp on the bottom and it is Prinknash. Now I've heard the name before, but I've never picked up any Prinknash in the past. So it was only £2. I thought I'd pick it up, give it a go. It turns out it's not going to set the world alight, but it is a really nice piece, I think. And there are definitely lots of collectors of Prinknash. So I've listed it for £12.99 with offers, and we'll see what happens with it. Depending on how this goes and how quickly I sell it, depends on whether I pick up any more Prinknash in the future. But I do like the jug, I really like the style of it. So I was quite happy with the pickup, and I've learned a bit more about Prinknash as well. So next are some Paul Pottery ceramic candlesticks. You can see the stamp on the bottom there. And the only reason I picked these up was because they were reduced to half price. So originally they were £3 each, which would have made the pair £6. I would have just left them on the shelf for that. But they were reduced to half price, so they were only £3 for the pair. I've never picked up Paul Pottery candlesticks before, so I thought I'd give them a go. And I really, really like the design. Very, very pretty. I love the colours on them, love the design. So yeah, I picked them up to find out a little bit more about them and to give them a go. And I've listed the pair for £25. It does seem to be that some of the designs are more sought after than others, so we'll see what happens with this design and whether it's a desirable one or not, I don't know. There were some pairs that were listed for quite high amounts, but then I did see somebody had listed a pair almost identical to these and they hadn't listed them for very much, so So I kind of edged my bets and just plucked out £25 and thought, let's give that a go and see what happens. So when I saw this next item on a shelf in the charity shop, I audibly did a little woo. I was very excited about this. It is absolutely beautiful and not something that I would generally expect to see out in the wild in charity shops. It's this. It was £5 and it was worth every penny. It is absolutely beautiful. Really beautiful. It's by Wedgwood. And it's their classic fluted mantle vase in the moonstone glaze. There are 3 sizes of these, and this is the medium size. It was worth me spending £5 all day long. But having researched, it's a very different story across eBay and Etsy. On Etsy, this size can sell for about £50 to £60. On eBay, there seems to be lots of them on there and they're all low prices. So I know they do sell on Etsy and they sell for those prices. So I've done the same and I've listed it for £50 on Etsy because I don't want to drive the price down at all. I know they sell at that price. So I decided to just put it on for the same price on eBay as well. And it will probably just sit there on eBay. Blimey. Don't know what's going on out there. It will probably just sit there on eBay and the cheaper ones will get picked off and people just go, whoa, that's expensive, and ignore my listing. But I'm hoping that it will sell on Etsy. It just seems a shame, don't know if you can relate to this, but it seems a shame if I put it on for a lower price on eBay and then it's sold for that lower price. I'd never know if I was able to get a higher price on Etsy. So I'm just going to try the higher price. If it sits around for months, I'll drop the price. But I think it's worth £50 all day long. That is a beauty. And along the same lines, but in a different charity shop completely, I picked up this mantle vase. It's probably more of a flower bowl jardiniere than it is a mantle vase because it's so wide. It looks to have not had very much use at all over the years. It's in amazing condition for its age. It's Art Deco and it's made by Melamine. This gorgeous pink pearlescent glaze on it is known as lusterware. And it's just stunning. It's not really my taste, but that is a beauty. Absolutely gorgeous. I did pay £8 for it because it was in their vintage section, and everything's just a bit more highly priced in the vintage section, as we all know. But I thought it was worth it and I couldn't leave that on the shelf. So beautiful. So I've listed it for £30. It's not going to set the world alight price-wise, but I just had to have it. So on the very lower end of the scale, but along with the same sort of theming, I bought this. It was only £1. It's just a vintage ceramic flower frog. Very bog standard, but very hard to find the ceramic ones that aren't damaged these days, and you certainly can't buy them new anymore. So if you're into flower arranging and you collect vintage flower bowls or jardinières, etc., then this is the sort of thing that you're looking out for. Such a beautiful minimal design that you could use it just as it is, just as a little simple vase with a small posy flower display, or you could just pop it into a flower bowl and use it as a frog inside the bowl. I think it's a really lovely piece, so I always try and pick up vintage flower frogs whenever I see them. And I've listed that for $12.99 because there aren't that many ceramic ones for sale at the moment, so hopefully that'll be snapped up. So this is something that I took a chance on for 75p. It was reduced, and as you can see, it has a sticker on it, Anthony Plant Ceramics. So that was the potter, and this is the little Art Deco style candlestick. My research has come up blank on anything about Anthony Plant, but I couldn't leave that behind for 75p. It was too nice. So I've listed it for $12.99 and we'll see what happens. It's certainly very unique and I think somebody's going to love that. Also, if you're looking for pieces by Anthony Plant, certainly aren't that many out there on eBay or Etsy or any of the usual selling sites that you would look. So it's nice to pick up something a bit more unique every now and then. There might be somebody that's searching for his work. This next one, however, I paid £2 for, but it's very bog standard and there are lots that are listed. It is St. Michael. It's their freesia design. It's the smaller of the planters. There are some bigger ones. So because there are so many listed, there's a lot of competition for them. I've just listed it for £10. That seems to be the going rate. Not really a loss, because you never really lose out, but not really a great win either. It is a lovely little pot though. If it doesn't sell, I might find a little plant to put in it. And then, talking of things that we couldn't leave behind, we found this little mug here. It's a stoneware mug with a 3D giraffe on it. And the very small label on the bottom, which you probably won't be able to see, says John Buck, made in Japan. So having researched, he was a potter in the 70s. He created a series of these animal style stoneware mugs, and the giraffe is one of those designs. This one I've listed for £15. Some of his designs are just fantastic. There's one, there's a mug where there's a deer that's gone too fast and got stuck in a tree, just crashed straight into a tree. So it's, the handle is the head, then you see its body sticking out the other side. It's quite amusing. And then there's just a variation of different animals that he's done as well. So you can see they could be very collectible. And now on to a much more contemporary mug. This is a John Lewis mug. It's from their stoneware collection. And this one I think was 2017. I paid £2 for that. I've had their stoneware collection animal mugs in the past and they've always sold really well, so I thought that was worth picking up for £2. They've obviously now been discontinued, so people do still collect these, and you can see why. They've just got a real character to them, haven't they? This was something that we took a chance on. Paid quite a bit for it. We paid £6. But it is a huge, very heavy Millefiori paperweight. I don't think it's Murano. There's no indication of that on the bottom. It's not signed in any way, it's completely unmarked. So I know really nothing about it and I couldn't find anything similar. But I thought for a paperweight that size and something as beautiful as that, it was worth taking a chance on. I've listed it for £40. It's really just taking a complete punt. I know that if it was something that was signed, if it was something that was branded, it could fetch 100 plus. So I'm thinking that £40 is probably a fair price on that. So heavy. Absolutely stunning. And then you know that I love my Jersey pottery. It's never worth a huge amount. I just love it, so I pick it up. And I found this candlestick for £1.50. I'm always of a mind that if it doesn't sell, I love it. So it's worth picking up anyway. It's got the little signature on the bottom. This particular design is 1970s. Completely hand painted. Does need a bit of a clean inside, haven't done that yet. And I've listed it for £10. So yeah, like I say, it doesn't set the world alight. But there are collectors of Jersey pottery, people that love it, like myself. So I'm always going to pick it up. And talking of things that I always pick up when I see them, it's a pretty ugly mug. Every time I see a pretty ugly mug, I pick them up and they always sell for me. They are made in Wales. They're Pretty Ugly Pottery, that's the brand. And every single mug is handmade and they're all completely unique designs. So there's not one Pretty Ugly mug that is exactly the same as the other. They're all completely different, even in slightly different sizing in the mugs, slightly different shaping in the mugs, and every single face is completely different. So again, the collector in me gets quite excited about that, and you can totally see why people are on the lookout for them and why people would want to collect them. So I list these for £15 with offers. I have sold them for £15 and sometimes I sell them for a couple of pounds less. But yeah, always worth picking one up if you see them. So next is this Cloverleaf Bouquet design melamine tray. Doesn't say Cloverleaf on the back, but I've seen that design described as Cloverleaf, so I've listed it as Cloverleaf. But yeah, I paid £2 on that, and I've listed it for 15 with offers. I have sold Cloverleaf melamine trays in the past, and I know that people do really like them and collect the vintage ones. So again, something that I always pick up if I see for the right price. So this was a recent pickup as well, and I took a chance on it. It's a Coldplay mug. It's from the album A Head Full of Dreams, which was 2015, I think. And it was only £1, so I thought it was worth taking a chance on. I couldn't find anything like this that was listed or sold recently. So I've tried 15 on it, 15 with offers. I don't think it's official, to be honest with you, but I'm hoping that Coldplay fans will want something like this for their collection and won't mind if it's not official. Yeah, complete wild card. But sometimes you've just got to take a chance on things, haven't you? Just trust your gut and give things a go. And when it's only £1, you're not going to lose. So lastly, talking about taking a chance on things, Nick and I were in a charity shop, and on the shelf they had a whole collection of Archipel Scania design crockery. We looked over it, we ummed and ahed for a long time. It was a lot of money to invest in it, but in the end we decided that we would buy it, we would take a chance, and we would just split it up into lots. So I'll show you what I've got and I'll tell you what I plan to do with it. So firstly, I've got 4 of these soup bowls. This is the Scania design, by the way. It's really very cute and very on trend, very cottagecore, very country farmhouse. They call these soup bowls, but I mean, you could use that for anything, couldn't you really? I think I had some of the brown onion soup bowls as well. And I said the same thing, they're just bowls, aren't they? You could use them for anything, desserts, anything. So 4 of these, and I've decided to sell the 4 as a lot together, and I've listed them for £15 with offers. If I sold them for £4 each, which some of the replacements are being sold for, that would be £16 for the 4. So I thought I'll just round it down. It's a nice round figure, do 15. So I've done them 15 with offers. And then I've got 12 of these side plates. That's the back stamp if you're ever looking out for Archipel. They are Pyrex style milk glass. As they say, extra resistant, so they're very, very sturdy. And I've got 12 of these, so I'm going to split them up into 2 separate lots of side plates. So do 2 lots of 6, and they seem to be selling for about £3 each on the side plates. So I'm going to do a set of 6 at £18 with offers. And then I've got 4 of these salad plates. They're a lot smaller than the dinner plates. The dinner plates are 10-inch and these are just over 9-inch, I think. Actually, I'll show you what they look like next to each other. That's the dinner plate and that's the salad plate. So you can see just a little bit smaller. So I've got 4 of the salad plates, and I'm going to pitch them at the same price as the soup bowls. So I put them on at 15 with offers. And then I've got 6 of the dinner plates. As you can see, there's the label there, the original charity shop label. So paid £5 for the 6. And it was kind of a similar sort of amount each bundle. So paid £5 on the 6, and I'm going to try for £30 with offers for the 6. So that works out about £5 a plate. And then they had these serving bowls, which I paid £2 each on. So I've got this one, which is footed. Comes out of the side, so it's not straight. And then there's this one, which I also paid £2 on, which has straight sides and is a bit heavier, to be honest. It's a lot chunkier. So I've listed them as serving bowls stroke fruit bowls because you could just have that on your table and use them to display fruit, or you could use them for serving up vegetables, etc., etc. Now, I was surprised that the serving bowls don't seem to fetch a lot. £10 to £12 really. I've tried £12.99 with offers, but we'll see. But you know, they're only £2 each, so I'd be happy to get £10 back. I definitely think we'll be in profit on the whole lot anyway, so I'm not too worried. So yeah, I've listed both of those for £12.99, and then we'll just see what happens. So I think overall the theme of this charity shop haul is just about taking chances. I say this often, that you have to pick up things to learn about them and to gather knowledge over the years, and that's what we've always done, and that's what we still do today. You know, we've been reselling for over 20 years now, and you never learn everything. So every day is still a school day. But I'm really happy with all my finds. Even the ones that turned out to be low value, I'm still really happy with them, mainly because I only ever pick up things that I really, really like. So whether it's worth £10 or whether it's worth £50, it's always still a joy to list it, a joy to handle it, pick it up, etc. Anyway, I've waffled on to you far too long. If you've watched to the end of the video, then thank you and well done, because I know it's been a long one, but I really do appreciate it. Let me know what you liked out of the haul, and if you've got any experience of collecting or reselling any of these items yourselves. So all that's left to say is thank you for watching. Please hit the like button on your way out, as it does help the channel. If you're not already subscribed and you'd like to see more videos like this, then hopefully you'll think about subscribing as well. So until next time, take care everyone. Bye.